Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Sex. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
What's up, guys? My name is Seth Studley. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and today we're talking about 20 questions to the best sex ever. Let's do it.
Woohoo!
Ooh. Hey, what's up, guys? Today's show is brought to you by getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage. Go get a licensed counselor just like me to talk about all your stuff. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to do it. Get healthy in your brain. Go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage.
That is right. We are so glad that you're here joining us for Anatomy of Sex. If you're new here, welcome.
Welcome.
You can join our Patreon supported
Well, let's give him a sexy
group.
welcome. Ready?
Welcome. That was weird.
I know.
But you can
It's like we're
join our,
vampires.
I know, right?
Welcome.
Our Patreon group and see all of our episodes if you go to patreon.com/anatomy of marriage.
That's right.
And we are so thankful for all of y'all who are there. You get all the juicy business.
That's right.
But today we are going to talk about the 20 questions to the best sex ever, which is a PDF that will be available
Right.
for y'all if you want to grab it. And we're going to go through some of the questions. And do you want to know the background of this?
Yeah.
So I created this
Let it
for
rip.
one of our gross. It's either Beyblades or a fart. Beyblades, babies. If you have 12-year-old kids, you know what Beyblades are.
Right.
But one of the reasons that I made this, or the reason I made it, was for a coaching client. We are talking about sex and intimacy and like essentially wanting to have better sex. And this client was like, I don't know how to do that. Like, and I don't know how to figure it out. And I don't know where to look. And everything is just porn. And that's not what I want. So this is my attempt to create 20 questions that will help you have a sex.
That's right. So, okay, guys, we talk about intentionality all the time. Doing this is the most intentional you can be, right?
right.
So we have 20 questions to the best sex ever, and we are going to answer some. We're not just going to go read them and go, okay, guys, go figure it out yourself.
Right, we're going to talk about it.
Right. So this is exciting.
Yeah, and I want to start out by saying sometimes people think that talking about sex too much or planning sex or like being intentional about it will kill the spark and it'll kill some sort of spontaneity or whatever, which I think is the dumbest
kill my vibe.
thing. What? Ever.
It's a song.
No, okay, I got that, but wasn't anticipating it.
That's right.
But one of the things I think is silly about that is, let me use the perfect example. If you live in the greater Seattle area, more South King County, Maple Valley area, and you have never been to Sumo Sushi, you're missing out. And no amount of planning for a Sumo Sushi date makes that sushi less tasty.
That's right.
It ain't making the sake taste less wonderful.
In fact, it
it
gives
heightens
you
it.
a level of anticipation. So if I said, hey, girlfriend, this weekend I'm taking you and your fun ass.
Oh, what are you doing?
To-
Apologize.
I'm not going to apologize. I'm a grown man. And if I say, hey, I'm taking you to Sumo Sushi, you're going to be like, oh, well, I might not be hungry or I might not be in the mood for
you
sushi.
just took the joy out of
you
it.
took the vibe out of it, right?
No.
You're going to anticipate and go, oh, man,
I
I'm going
would
to try
get
that
a
new.
Medusa roll.
That's right. Or you're going to try something new or
what was
whatever.
the new one we had? It was so good.
I don't remember. But
Samurai roll.
yes, it was delish. So, okay, we're getting off track here.
No, we're not. So don't think that answering these 20 questions is lame sauce. It's not. It will
hot
lead.
sauce,
It's
you know
hot
what I mean.
sauce. So here are the 20 questions. We're not going to do all of them. We're
Right.
going to do a bunch of them.
We're gonna read all of them. No, we're not.
We're not going to read them all. We're going to read some of them.
Okay.
So
Number one.
is there one that sticks out to you?
Mhm.
The first one is, this is going to sound unrelated, but I promise it is. We'll talk about how it's related. What helps you feel fulfilled through your body? So this could be something like movement, exercise, orgasm, running,
Right.
climbing. What for you is it?
So for me, this guy right here.
Like, and so here,
Right.
feel fulfilled. Like you do
So-
that thing and you go,
Right.
ah.
And it's this. I'm about to say it's not just
I
about
know.
sex.
Yeah.
It's not just about sex. It's about actually being present in your own
Right,
body, right?
right.
Oh, maybe you've never thought about that before. Here, we're going to help you think it through.
Yes.
So, what helps you feel fulfilled through your own body? Me, I love doing the cold dip. Like in the morning, having the literally freezing cold water,
Dip
just
gives
all
you
of
the zip.
it wakens all of your senses, right? And then this morning I did it, and I haven't done this in a while, but then I took a hot shower afterwards, and I even said, oh my gosh, that feels amazing. That just feels really good. So I really enjoy running and working out. That gets me in my body, and then also stretching. And then, of course, relaxation sex, right? So if I do all that and then have amazing sex that night and orgasm and all that stuff, it's like, that was a primo day.
Right.
I feel alive.
Right. And for me, it's funny because it makes me think of like when you do the cold dip, it's like when you let a dog off of a leash and they go,
yeah.
like that's how you feel.
Yeah.
I love to swim. So swimming is always one of the things that sort of like makes me just feel amazing. I love like nothing else climbing. I never get to do it. I am mad at Maple Valley because they have no
trees,
rec
girl.
center. I don't climb tree. No, that's not what I meant. Indoor rock climbing, people. I love to dance. Like I did a dance exercise with my best friend yesterday and felt absolutely amazing all day. So that is one of the questions. Literally, question number 1. Oh, and orgasm. What else? I don't know. But so what makes me fulfilled through my body? Like what makes my body feel totally alive and wonderful? Ask yourself.
Okay. Number 2, what helps you feel fulfilled psychologically? So we had a really amazing conversation about this, and what is that? It's one of an accelerator for you. Like you like really great conversations, and
it
that
is
translates
sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual. So
Basically,
what does that mean?
Any conversation. So it just essentially means that I am aroused, but arousal is not like boner, right? It's not swing.
Wop.
Gross. It's not gross. I shouldn't have said that. But it's aroused as in like if I do rock climbing, my body and my mind is like, yes, like I'm engaged. I'm aroused. It's exciting. So for me, something that makes me psychologically fulfilled is really exciting conversations where I'm learning something. I love documentaries. Like if I could watch a documentary every single day of my life, I would. I love
and then
to
we
learn.
can have sex.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
See, that's really interesting, you guys. And when I think you first told me about sapiosexual, and I was like, "What the f is that? What is that?"
Right.
Well, I wasn't mad because,
and I don't know. I mean, I don't like study it. I don't.
Right.
I just knew. I actually Googled.
Right.
What is it when you get turned on from talking about things? Because I was like, I'm really confused at this thing that I'm experiencing.
So if you think about it in the biopsychosocial spiritual model, one area that you're kind of I don't want to say turned on because that has a sexual connotation that I'm not talking about. Like, well, even if I say aroused. So let's like reframe some language. Like arousal means I can get aroused like neurologically if I go to a shooting range.
You could say excited, like
excited.
Like a racetrack is exciting.
Like a racetrack or watching a Formula Drive to Survive, F1 Drive to Survive.
It's exciting.
That's just exciting. So what we're talking about is when Melanie gets excited through education or
deep conversations.
And that doesn't mean that she's aroused or wants to be with other people if she's talking to them. Is totally
I think
totally different.
Is what people tend to mix it up with.
That's right. So how about this? And there is no shame in this, but maybe I can see an attractive lady somewhere, right? Go.
I bet you have.
I've heard that there are other attractive people in this world.
Out there,
right? And I can get attracted to that person, right? What they're doing, what they're wearing even, or whatever, what they're talking about, and go, oh, man, okay, wait, that kind of put me in the mood not to go and like be with that other person or do something that I'm not, shouldn't do that would be hurtful to you, but... Okay, wait a minute. Okay, then I come home and give you an extra long kiss or something like that. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. He's in his body right now. He's feeling it, right? And then that in turn is going to also get you going, kind of thing. So we're not. I really want to be clear around those things,
and I really want people to think complexly about them. It is not like. I don't know, like get out of your caveman mind. That's where basically all of our sexual things are anyway. They're like lizard brain vibes, right? So you're just like, I don't know. It's like our dog. Oh my gosh, let's talk about this for 1 second.
Stay on track, lady.
No, we just got a female dog. She went into heat like 2 weeks after we got her.
Oh my gosh.
And our male dog turned into an idiot for 2 weeks. Doug didn't know we existed.
Nope.
He didn't know food or water existed. He literally would just stare at her. We had to lock them in separate kennels, and we want to breed them, but good Lord Almighty. I was like, this is the weirdest example of like primal lizard brain
He just turned
sex.
into like a ball of putty.
It was the worst.
He was as smart as a rock.
And he finally came back to real human life, dog life, yesterday.
Hey.
We got him back yesterday. But anyway, so there's
ladies, you got that power.
But I want people to think more complexly about it and not just follow urges. That's not wise.
Okay.
So here's we're going to skip forward. What words from your partner put you into your body in a good way? That's question number 7. So what words from me put you into your body? And when we say put you into your body, like you are feeling the vibes and you go, ooh, I say, ooh, he said that. Ooh, yeah.
For me, it is like if you, this is
Words.
paired. Okay, words. Hey, that shirt looks good on you.
Ooh, that shirt.
No, really, just like a comment. If it like
if I did that to you,
my...
you'd like die. Ooh, that shirt.
maybe, I don't know. Something that is a compliment about my body, or if I lifted something, you know, you've done this before. You're like, you're so strong. I love you. You're so strong, kind of thing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. Or
like if I dote on you, like
if you dote on me, or if you was noticing that I was like tense or something like that. If you said, hey, honey, just relax, relax for a minute, just kind of breathe and just be in your body. You've never said that before. Maybe you have said that before, but that is something that would get me
I've
into
never
my thing.
even thought about that.
I've never thought about it until now.
High five! We were learning.
Our own stuff helped us. Yay!
So for me, what words would put me into my body in a good way? And I think a lot of it is like, and you do this pretty well, but like, I love you. You're doing a really good job. Thank you for being a good mom. Like things that in the past said that you said you didn't care about, like even something as seemingly unimportant as like, thank you for keeping the van clean, or like, thank you for whatever, and like rubbing my back. That a combination of like, I see all your work that you're doing, even if because for me, so much of it feels like, who even gives a crap? Nobody.
Right.
And if you acknowledge those things and said them, I would.
It's a little boost. It's like if you have a boss or a coworker that sees you laboring on something, it's like, hey man, keep it up. You're doing a good job.
Right. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's enough.
So
all right.
I think that's
I see
a good
you.
one.
I hear you. I know you're there. Okay. Let's.
I want to go to this one. What setting sorry, I'm scrolling. What setting in your home puts you in the mood for intimacy? Like lighting, sound, smell. So let's talk about that.
So I like some smells.
Oh.
Not like candles or essential oils or whatever like that, which is fine. Who cares? I don't know. But the way, if you put on some nice smellums.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because there's something. And so you can say to this, you said to me a couple days ago, you're like, I don't know what you're wearing, but I just got a whiff of you. And that was like, boom, baby.
You blow dried your hair in the small bathroom, and I went in it, and it smelled like you in the best way.
Really?
Like warm Seth. And I literally went in there, I was like,
right. Okay. So smells, like if you put on some smellums or whatever, then that mixes with your own scent, right? We all have a scent that's very comforting and nice. And also, let's see, a warm bed, you know, like those electric candles. That's cool.
The best. So go to Costco, y'all. If you got, I don't know if Sam's Club carries like a kit of 5. It's a set of 5 candles, $19.99.
Electric
they
candles.
come with batteries. They're the best. They flicker.
You're not going to burn your house down while you're getting crazy.
Right.
So.
You can throw a blanket on and nothing will happen. It's the same for me. Like, I'm very like sensory. So I have like my bed my side of the bed has a heating pad folded in half, a heating blanket I sleep on. It always has to be on setting number 9 because I'm freezing cold all the time. So I have to have that. I have to have like soft, warm sheets, the candles.
And like socks, but then one sock sometimes, which is
it's like one foot and then the other.
So here's the thing, guys. Listen to this conversation, and not only think what works for you, but also listen. If your lady is saying, hey, the bed has to be warm, or like you can't smell like butt or whatever.
I know.
Like,
like if you
well, that would be in one of the questions. What in your house? What puts you out of the mood?
Yep.
So certain smells. If the kitchen is gross and dirty.
If your breath is gross and dirty.
Right. So you got to do all these things to make it happen. I brushed my teeth this morning.
Let's see. Which areas of your body feel the best to be touched?
Let's see.
That's a secret. We can't share that.
Basically all of them.
My whole body. But now, this is a great question to emphasize the fact that answering these questions with your spouse together will probably arouse you.
Oh, yeah.
So that is a boned benefit, added bonus.
It's a boner benefit.
Boner fit. A boner fit of doing this is that you'll get turned on.
That's right. So I want to read one of this, number 17. What would you like to add to your sexual experiences that would bring you both more connection and pleasure? And oftentimes, couples may say, well, I can't answer that. Then he'll know that I've, had a past or liked other stuff that wasn't with him or with her, or vice versa.
Let's address that and just say.
Okay, so
hold on. Can I say something and cut you? Can I cut you off? Is
yes.
that okay? I want people to get over that. Do you have any idea how often we hear that? Like, even with coaching clients, we've heard millions of emails where people say, I want to suggest this, but then my partner gets mad because they go, where'd you learn that? That'd be like saying, I want my spouse to try ramen, but she'd be like, oh, where'd you eat that? Like, who cares? It's a type of food.
That's a thing, but let's just say, if I brought in something that's I watch porn or from a long time ago, my girlfriend did this thing, she flipped it and reversed it. I don't know.
Not expect you to say that.
But would that hurt your feelings, or would
you said it like that?
No,
so
okay, I'm not. I wouldn't say, hey, my girlfriend used to do this thing, and
but
it's
here's
like,
the thing.
can you do
so
that?
I have had, received an email from someone saying that exact thing. They said, I asked my partner to do this, and then they told their partner, I used to do this with my ex, whatever. And you're like, why did you put that in there? That is not, that would be like me saying, I'd like to go get Italian food. My boyfriend and I used to get Italian food every Wednesday.
Yeah, you do that when we drive by the dude's house. You're like, yeah, that's where my boyfriend
Well, because he had a Porsche and I'm trying to rub it in. I got to zazz you somehow. I didn't date him for 5 years.
This is serious. So I know there is a way, but I'm kind of being rhetorical here. Is there a way to say that I had some sexual experience in the past, zero to do with Melanie?
You don't need to say that.
Don't say
here's the thing. Don't say that. Say like, hey, and here's the thing that I think is so annoying about this. It's like when someone decides to become vegan, they've got to tell the whole freaking world about them being a vegan. I don't care about you being a vegan. Don't tell, it doesn't matter to me. But if you want to give me salad, sure. But don't talk to me about being a vegan. I don't care about
animal killer
bees or whatever. I care about bees. But it's like that. Don't talk so much. Just do and be present. And this is the partner you're with.
What if the person says, oh, well, where'd you get that idea? What
Tell
am I
them
to
to
say?
shove it and listen to this episode. Where'd you get the idea for eating ramen? I don't know. I saw the building. Who gives a crap? It's old. It's played out. It's never going to get you where you want to be. It would be different if your spouse like, do what my old girlfriend Cynthia used to do.
Cynthia?
I don't know. From Rugrats. I don't know. I don't even know a person named Cynthia.
Oh,
but that is stupid. If your partner is doing that and your partner is saying, oh, well, I used to do this and it was great when I saw this and I liked what it made me turned on when I saw that. That is the dumbest thing ever. That's like saying I loved it when I ate ramen with my old boyfriend. Of course it's going to make your partner mad.
Right, because then you're bringing in comparison.
Right.
You're bringing in, you don't do this like they did it.
Right.
It's not as fun. It's not as good, whatever. That's going to make your spouse feel like balls, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I want to get to another question that I thought that stood out because I think this is going to be helpful. Numero 13. What type of non-sexual touch puts you in the mood? Foot rubs, shoulder rubs, etc.
Oh, you're asking
gonna answer
me?
the question?
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to talk.
No.
What type of non-sexual touch puts you in the mood? Foot rubs,
Right.
shoulder rubs, etc. I think any type of shoulder, like I carry all my tension in my neck and shoulders.
Right.
Anytime that you rub my shoulders, like
Here,
it
let
is
me
a
just,
guarantee.
Let me just help you out here.
Knock off that.
And I know you like touching hair and stuff
yes.
like that too.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Right.
If you play with my hair, like even it's funny because like even if the kids play with my hair, it is the best sensory experience.
Yeah, it feels good.
Ever.
Yeah.
It feels like better than everything. So I love that. I love my neck rubbed. What about you?
Very similar things. Like I like back scratching. I like a shoulder rub because I too, or a neck kind of thing.
Can I get like gloves with nails on them, like Beyonce's at the Grammys or whatever, so I can
her
scratch your
gold
back? Because
nails.
it's so gross feeling. It's
Yeah.
like I want to scratch your back, but I'm like, ew, skin cells. Ew,
You're so
skin
I don't
cells.
even
Ugh.
know. I don't even know.
It's funny.
Okay, what areas of your body? Oh, we already read that one.
So here's the funnest part. Okay. So there's 20 of these questions, right? It's a lot of them are like what puts you in the mood, what takes you out. And they're all biopsychosocial, spiritual. So it's like thinking, talking, touching. It's very sort of detailed, but it's not exhaustive. So
Right.
it's like not 100 questions, right? But number 20 is actually not a question. It's homework.
Homework.
And you have to take all of your answers from above and write them into a new sexual narrative and talk about it with your partner.
Instead of homework, this is bedroom work.
Bone work.
Why is everything about bones?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, think about this. And you said something really good. And I felt this way when I first started listening to Sexy Marriage Radio with Dr. Corey Allen. They were talking about blowjobs and stuff. And I was like, I remember I was redoing our old well house, like painting and putting 2x4s up on the roof. And so I was just listening to it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is okay. I know what I'm going to do later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was getting some psychoeducation around it and stuff. And I didn't write it out or anything, but I did talk to you about it because just going through a list like this is so different from what a lot of folks do. They see something on TV or they like watch porn or whatever. Okay, yeah, that'll get you in the mood biologically, right? Once, well, more than once.
Right.
But this is going to get you in the mood biopsychosocial spiritual, right?
This will
and
change.
this is very, very different. This is like a slow kind of cooker thing that both you and your partner can do and write it out and discuss it, right?
And this changes your experience of sex. Like if you don't believe me, ask the dishes. That was really weird. It like popped in my head.
Ask the dishes.
It's from never mind, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
The song. But like we went to an intimacy retreat in Denver with Dr. Tina Schumer Sellers, and it absolutely. For one, I am not bad at sex. I've never been bad at it, but I sure as crap had never had as wonderful of sex as we had at that retreat.
Right.
And that was like the most mind-blowing, eye-opening experience. It was like, where has this been all my life?
And was it like, okay, talk about it for 10 minutes and then go put it in? No. It wasn't.
No, it was biopsychosocial spiritual.
Yeah.
We did a workbook and it was a whole different experience.
A lot of stuff and a lot about technique, about what sex is meant to be, about communication.
What sex means
about
to us.
Connection and pleasure. Oh, and then we got to F.
You are inappropriate.
I don't care.
My sister is calling me.
I don't care.
Don't pick up.
No, this is real.
You just took a picture.
Oh, sorry.
So, but I want to read the last part, like the last. You hit the
oh
wrong
my goodness,
button.
Carrie.
So I know wrong button. You are never mind. Oh my gosh, what are you, 1,000 years old?
Okay, go.
So the last one, I'm just going to read it for you so that you understand the gist of it and how wonderful it would be to have and own and all of that. So it says, write it as if you were explaining a sexual encounter with your partner that you would find totally engaging, completely satisfying, and deeply enjoyable. Write it like a chapter in a book. Where are you? What is the mood? How does it smell? How do you feel? How does your partner feel? What is your energy? What's your partner's energy? Is there music? Is there food? Is there special lighting? What does your partner say? What do you say? Where are you being touched? Where are you touching your partner? And so on. Be as descriptive as you possibly can. And remember that the goal is to use what you have written down as a guide for wonderful sexual experiences in the future. And then it says, when you have completed all the questions and written your new sexual narrative, share it with your partner in a loving and sensual way. This might mean setting the mood and reading it together, or taking turns reading to each other, etc. If that seems too challenging, you can write your narrative like a love note and share it with each other, then join together later to act out what you have shared.
I love it.
So think about how different that is, because a lot of us sort of stumble into sex and intimacy. Sometimes it's because one of the partners doesn't want it, especially the longer you've been married. If you've not worked on your sex and intimacy intentionally, you don't have great skills for this. People understand what I'm talking about if they're experiencing that. And they find like it's difficult to talk about, or we just do the same thing every time. I'm really tired of it. So they go look at porn because they're like, well, not even anything,
I'll
right?
just do it, yeah.
So think about what this would be like if you literally took the time to talk about, answer all the questions, write it out. I mean, you're basically making your own romance novel that is biopsychosocial, spiritually fulfilling.
That is completely tailored to you.
Right.
And if your partner knows that, guess what? I can help do all that stuff for you, and you can help do all that stuff for me.
Right.
And then, boom, 1,000,000,000% connection, 1,000,000,000% pleasure.
Right. And this is
Awesome.
the kind of connection that can lead to things like multiple orgasms if you've never had them before. So the sort of the more I want to say spiritually connected, sort of the more, what's another word? The deeper your connection emotionally and spiritually with your partner, the way that you can have sex, meaning the experience of sexuality with your partner is like completely different. It's like a bottle rocket versus the Lake Union water, or like, what is it?
Big Seattle
Lake
4th of
Union,
July
Seattle
fireworks.
4th of July fireworks.
Right.
Just like massive over the whole, sound or whatever. It's just like giant versus a bottle rocket.
If we keep on doing more of these, we might have the 4th kid.
Nah, that's why I got the dogs. I have 9 babies in 60 days.
Okay, you guys. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you, patrons, for subscribing to the show.
There are Patronus.
That's pretty good. You guys, this show is free. If you want more of this, where we talk about even other stuff, go to patreon.com/anatomy of marriage. Click on that Anatomy of Sex button. It's $6.90, if you know what I mean. Right? And you'll get more content like this. And we answer your very specific questions about sex, romance, intimacy, connection, pleasure, all that stuff. And also, please remember, if you need counseling, if you think it'd be beneficial to you, go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage to get hooked up with a licensed therapist just like me to talk about all the stuff that maybe you haven't talked about it and it's showing up in ugly ways: anxiety, depression, addictions, irritability, all kinds of stuff. Go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage to get a free assessment. You don't have to go anywhere. You're not going to get the Rona, and you'll be good. Getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage.
All right. We love you guys, and have a great day. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.